Lowe's knows how to help make your home holiday ready for less. Get Select Style Selections vinyl flooring for just $1.99 per square foot and have it installed before the festivities begin. Our team can help you every step of the way. See a Lowe's Red Vest associate or visit Lowe's.com/holiday install to get started. Lowe's, we help, you save. Basic install only. Date restrictions apply. Subject to availability. Installed by independent contractors. See associate for details. Contiguous U.S. only.
Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter-Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
A mixed bag Monday with episodes of the Stan Freberg Show, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, author Godfrey Time, X-1, and Lum and Abner. That's all coming up on this Monday. This is the 15th day of September, halfway through the month, 258th day of the year, 107 days remaining. It was on this date in 1835, Charles Darwin and the HMS Beagle reached the Galapagos Islands. 1935, the Nuremberg Laws deprived Jews of their citizenship and made the swastika the official emblem of Nazi Germany. Premiering on this date in 1949, the television version of The Lone Ranger, Clayton Moore, Jay Silverheels became inextricably linked to the roles of the Lone Ranger and Tonto. 221 episodes filmed. You can get them all on DVD. In 1959, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev arrived in Washington to begin a 13-day visit to the U.S. Here he's heard speaking through a translator.
We have come here with an open heart and good intentions. The Soviet people want to live in friendship with the American people.
And while that may be true with the Soviet people, the Soviet government has proven dramatically differently over the years. 1963, on this date, 4 girls killed when a bomb exploded during Sunday services at a Black Baptist church in Birmingham, Alabama. Church had been a rallying point for civil rights leaders. Birmingham Mayor Albert Boutwell was horrified.
This morning's bombing was an atrocity against all humanity.
Former KKK member Robert Chambliss convicted of murder for the bombing in 1977. Thomas Blanton Jr. convicted in 2001. Bobby Frank Cherry convicted in 2002. All received life terms. In 2001, President Bush warned Americans get ready for war and vowed to hunt down the terrorists responsible for the 9/11 attacks.
They run to the hills. They find holes to get in. And we will do whatever it takes to smoke them out and get them running, and we'll get them.
President Bush on the war to follow 9/11. The National Hockey League lockout began on this date in 2004.
I stand here today to say that we owe it to hockey's fans to achieve an economic system that will result in affordable ticket prices and stable, competitive franchises. The very future of our game is at stake, and the NHL's owners are united as never before, determined to do everything humanly possible to bring hockey's economic system into the 21st century. We have no other choice.
NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman, the 2004-2005 season ultimately canceled, and hockey has never been the same since. In 2008, Lehman Brothers filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, the largest bankruptcy filing in U.S. history. And it was 3 years ago today, President Biden said federal mediators had helped foster an agreement that averted a rail strike.
To the American people, this agreement can avert the significant damage that any shutdown would have brought. Our nation's rail system is the backbone of our supply chain.
The strike ultimately would have been devastating to the U.S. economy. Passing away on this date in history, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, Abraham Clark. Also, German aircraft designer Willie Messerschmitt, jazz pianist Bill Evans, the Ramones' Johnny Ramone, Brett Summers, actress and best known for her time on Match Game, Sven Gulli, the radio and television host, Jerry G. Bishop. Also, actor Harry Dean Stanton, the Cars' Rick Ocasek, and passing away a year ago today, Tito Jackson, a founding member of the Jackson 5. Born on this date in history, the author Robert Benchley.
I am confident that we may safely say at the present time that the Depression is over and that better business conditions are just around the corner. And when I say just around the corner, I mean just around the corner. Now, what were the primary causes of the Depression, as we called it? Overproduction, maladjustments in gold distribution, overproduction, deflation, too little thyroid secretion, or Platt's disease, too much vermouth, overproduction, and by the same token, underproduction. Then, too, there was the Gulf Stream.
Author, satirist, comedian Robert Benchley, born on this date in history. That was from back in 1930. Writer Agatha Christie, born on this date. Country's Roy Acuff, born on this date, as was Fay Wray. Had that, relationship with that monkey. Also born on this date in history, Penny Singleton.
You ought to do something about him, Blondie. Did you hear me?
Yes?
Are you going to do something about him?
Of course, dear. I saw Laura today.
Now, that's more like it. Who's Laura?
Laura Franey.
Oh, Chester's sister.
She says Chester's in charge of the Western Division now.
That's what he says.
What makes you dislike Chester so much?
I'm not jealous, if that's what you mean.
Oh, I didn't say anything about you being jealous.
Jealous? That's silly. He annoys me. Hasn't brains enough to dot an I.
Now, Dagwood, I think that's unfair. He has been made general manager.
What's that got to do with it? After all, you married me. Gee, he's lucky.
How did you mean that?
I mean being made general manager.
Oh. Laura says he'll be in town tomorrow.
Well, I hope he doesn't come out here bragging around with his big mouth. He's not any smarter than I am.
Of course he's not. I wouldn't trade you for 10 Chesters.
Well, you'll see.
I'm sorry I even spoke about him. I just said he was doing well, that's all.
General manager, general nuisance.
Dagwood, what on earth are you doing?
Just seeing what we're having for supper.
What difference does it make? You cover everything with ketchup anyway.
With Arthur Lake as Dagwood and Daisy as Daisy, Penny Singleton, born on this date in history. Attorney General John Mitchell, born on this date, along with comedian, the poet laureate of comedy, Nipsey Russell.
Hurricanes are named after women because they work on the very same plan, start up over nothing, make a whole lot of noise, and can't be controlled by man.
That's it. Nipsey Russell is a male chauvinist pig.
And that's what we want, is recognition.
With Brett Summers from Match Game, I'm not sure exactly which episode, Nipsey Russell, born on this date in history. Also born on this date, actor-director Jackie Cooper, Cannonball Adderley, Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. Football player and actor Merlin Olsen, and actress Wendy Jo Sperber. All born on this date in history, and they have pierced the veil, and they have gone on to their reward.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
One of the last great radio actresses still with us, Peggy Weber, 100 years old today. People say, why don't I get her on the show? It's difficult doing those sort of things in and amongst all that we have doing, but we salute her nonetheless. From the movie The Fugitive, Tommy Lee Jones, 79.
Our fugitive has been on the run for 90 minutes.
From the movie The Fugitive, Tommy Lee Jones, 79. Also, film director Oliver Stone turning 79 today. Holla Holla, pro wrestling former referee and then general manager Theodore Long. Teddy Long, 78 today. Bane in The Dark Knight, Tom Hardy is 48. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, is 41.
I will always have the utmost respect for my grandmother, my commander-in-chief, and I am incredibly grateful to her and the rest of my family for the support they have shown Meghan and I over the last few months.
Prince Harry basically stepping away from all of the duties and the things that the royal family does. Prince Harry, 41 years old today. And from HBO Hacks, Megan Stalter is 35. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 15th day of September as their birthday. If this is your birthday,
happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And our mixed bag of stuff here on this Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox Monday edition. We'll get started with an episode of the Stan Freberg Show from 68 years ago, September 15th, 1957. That's up next.
Daily, the broadcasts of Radio Free Europe and Radio Free Asia strike through the Iron Curtain, bringing the truth about the free world to the captive peoples behind it. Help send a message by giving to the 1952 Crusade for Freedom.
And now let's get going here with an episode of the Stan Freberg Show. This goes back 68 years to Sunday, September 15th, 1957. Another lecture on hi-fi coming up.
This is the 10th show of the series of a brand new radio series. From Hollywood, we present the Stan Freberg Show. With the music of Billy May. Plus the songs of Peggy Taylor with Dawes Butler, June Foray, Peter Lee to the Judd Conlon Rhythmaires. You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you on RADI. Oh. Good evening. Tonight, of course, all of us have just returned from a triumphant 6-day layoff. And it's great to be back. Before we went on the air tonight, we asked the studio audience what their pet gripe was, and we were amazed to find their complaints were virtually unanimous. Now let's meet a couple of people from the audience. Can I have your name here, sir?
Yeah, my name is George Hannigan.
Uh-huh. What do you do for a living, Mr. Hannigan?
I'm a truck driver. And that's why I said I'd love to get my hands on the guy who designed freeways.
Good. All right. Mr. Hannigan, fine. Now we have a lady driver here. May we have your name?
Yeah, Mrs. Edwin Hurst.
Hurst? Any relation to Randolph?
You mean the reindeer?
No, never mind. Now, what was your grouse again?
Oh, I hate freeways.
Splendid. Now, we also have two other people from the audience to make up our little discussion panel. And now the surprise. I'd like you all to meet Mr. Henry Cloverleaf, the inventor of the American freeway system. Mr. Cloverleaf! Here, wait a minute. What are you doing there? Don't hit him in the ribs like that. Don't. Give that man. Hold it. Panel. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. What in the world? Panel, look what you've done. You've rendered our guest, Mr. Cloverleaf, unconscious. What a terrible thing.
fighting inside the studio.
Okay, we'll take them outside.
That's better. Market research shows that the do-it-yourself craze is fading a bit because, well, people are afraid they really can't do it themselves as advertised. To put these skeptics straight, June Foray and I will assemble before your very ears the Freberg Build-It-Yourself knock-down grand piano. Now, to show you how quickly and simply it can be done, our producer is going to time us. Are you ready in there? Okay. You ready, June?
Oh, sure, Stan, I'm ready. Ready to show our listeners how truly super simple the piano can be assembled.
Just answer yes or no, please.
Yeah.
Now, you read the instructions, and I'll put this little beauty together.
Okay.
All right?
All right. First, you take the parts out of the box.
All right, that makes sense. Okie doke. Everything's out. Now what?
Now you fasten legs A to body B.
All righty. Here we go. All right. Okay, that's 3 of them. Legs A are on body B. What's next?
Next, you take the long strip of ivory-covered wood, C, and saw it into 88 little hunks.
Check. '85, '86, '87, '88. Okie doke.
Now, you place key C in trough D in front of body B.
All right. Okay, what's next?
Unwrap package E containing black keys F.
All righty. Black keys F.
Place black keys F between white keys C.
There we are.
Oh, don't they look pretty? Black and white. Yes, ladies, you'll say, such a chic two-tone effect.
Wait a minute. Never mind, let's move right along now. How do I know if the black keys are in the right place?
It says here you'll find out when you start to play.
What's the next move?
Unwind roll of piano wire G and string inside body B, starting at treble and preceding the bass.
All right. Wire out here. And string her up here. They're all strung up here. There we go.
Yeah. Now you tighten piano wire G.
Okay. Whoops. What did it say I should do when the wire busts?
Yeah. When wire G busts, tie a knot in it and proceed as previously instructed.
Okie doke, it's all tied up there. There we go.
Okay.
What's next?
Next, you take top H and fasten the body B.
Okay.
Next, raise top H, fasten stick I to side of body B.
Okay, stick I is in place.
Next, raise top H and rest it on stick I.
All right.
Ow! Caution. Be sure top H does not slip off stick I while hand J is underneath.
Gee, that hurt. Yeah. Well, that's it, I guess.
No, Stan. There's one more step. Assemble piano bench K.
Okay, just a second. Okay.
And place in front of assembled parts A, B, C, D, E, G, E, F, H, and I. Now, your Freberg grand piano is ready to be played by hands J.
Okay. There we go. What was our assembling time, please? Oh, that's too bad. Our producer dropped his hourglass.
Oh, come on, play it, Stan.
All right. Yes, friends, don't say you can't afford a grand piano until you've tried a Freberg Build-It-Yourself grand piano, which only sells for $29.95. Tonight only this special studio demonstrator model, only $9.98. As is, if you call the station right now.
Say, you didn't tell them about the other models, Stan.
Oh, yes, so I didn't. We have 3 models, the baby grand, the adult grand, and the teenager grand, which comes with ducktail keys, motorcycle boots on the legs, and an eagle on the lid. Call now, as our supply is limited.
Gee, Stan, I'm very sorry about what happened.
Why is that, Peggy?
Well, I wanted to sing, but I can't very well with the piano all over the floor.
No, that's true.
Well, would you do me a favor?
Oh, certainly.
Well, will you put it back together?
Oh, surely. Just a minute. There we are.
Thank you, Stan.
That's quite all right. That was nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, Peggy Taylor singing Send for Me.
When you want a true lover, send for me. Send for me. You'll never want any other. Send for me. Send for me. I promise you I'll be true. Send for me. Send for me. Anytime, just tell me your problems and you'll find out, baby, I'll solve them if you're late one morning. Don't hurry if you got big trouble. Don't worry, just depend on your friend. Send for me, send for me. Morning, noon, and night, in the early bright. Don't you fret, my pretty pet, I'm gonna treat you right. Don't you dare raise a hair. I'm gonna share your every care. Anywhere, oh yeah, send for me, I'll be there. Anything that upsets you, send for me, send for me. I'll be there to protect you. Wait and see, wait and see. Don't delay right away. Send for me, send for me, send for me, send for me. It's gonna be Tweedledee, yes sirree. You and me, faithfully, send for me.
From time to time on this program, we should like to present literary giants of our time. The next voice you will hear will be that of Stan Freberg, coming to you from the office of Albert T. Wong.
Good evening, Mr. Wong.
Good evening, Stan.
Oh, Mr. Wong, how's it feel to be our first literary giant?
Well, Stan, I'm not exactly a giant. I mean, I'm only 5'2".
No. See, giant is just an expression. I mean, you're a big man in the field of literature.
Oh, yes.
I didn't mean that.
Oh, yes.
You were literally actually a giant.
Yes.
Just,
oh, yes.
You know.
Oh, yes.
Paraphrasing, as it were. Let's get down to cases here and let the folks in on what sort of thing. You understand, all right?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Oh, yes.
And let the folks in on what sort of things you write.
Well, Stan, I write the sayings on the little slips of paper you find inside Chinese fortune cookies.
And allow me to add that they have been some of the most memorable fortune cookies I've ever read. Just wonderful. Would you rattle off a few of the old favorites there, Albert? May I call you Albert?
Oh, I should be most offended if you did not. Well, you folks may remember this one. I wrote it back in 1938, and the whole country went around saying, pleasant prospects for the future are indicated. And then, thank you. And then I wrote, do not act upon the impulse of the moment.
Oh, right. I remember that so well.
And I'm sure you will all remember this fortune cookie message. It was the first one I ever had published and printed inside a cookie. A letter of great importance may reach you any day now.
Oh, boy. Wonderful memories. I remember breaking open a cookie and reading that several years ago, Albert.
And did a letter of great importance reach you?
Yes, I was drafted. I suppose there are other fortune cookie writers?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But in all modesty, I would like to quote a critic who writes for the Fuyang Tribune. He said, Wong is the Oscar Hammerstein III of fortune cookies. People all over America walk out of Chinese restaurants humming his messages.
They do indeed. Have you a few words of encouragement, perhaps for young aspiring fortune cookie writers who may be listening tonight?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Each year, countless young hopefuls break their hearts trying to crack the inner golden circle of message writers. You've heard the saying, there's a broken heart for every fortune cookie writer on Maja Long Street?
No, I don't believe I've heard that one.
I wrote it.
And your word of encouragement is?
Keep writing. If you have to start out writing fortunes for weight machines, do it. I got my start writing, you weigh 198 pounds and will travel. As I like to say, oy vey. So, my advice, stay with it. Don't be discouraged. Every cloud has a silver lining. Say, Stan, that would make a good message.
Make a good message, yes.
I just made that up, you know.
Reel out your guess.
Let me just jot that down here.
Okay, you want to use my back as a desk there?
Thank you.
All right. Well, while you're jotting it down there, Albert, I'll just stroll out into your factory here. Mr. Wong, you coming with me?
Oh, yes.
Could you explain how the message is put inside the cookie?
Oh, certainly, Stan. After I write the message and it is printed, these girls here lay it on the unfinished cookie, which at this point is flat, like a little pancake. And then almost instantly, the machine folds the cookie and bends it around the message.
Wonderful. I noticed you use girls with long, thin fingers.
Oh, yes. Reason. They have to snatch their hand out of the way fast.
Good reason. Well, what if they don't?
We have to call in a locksmith to get the cookie off their finger. We never lost the cookie yet.
How about fingers?
Well, quite a few of
those. Yeah. Just one of the hazards of the sport, I guess. Well, before we sign off, there's something I've been dying to ask you, Mr. Wong.
Oh, yes.
You know the joke that's been making the rounds?
Oh, yes. You are referring to the joke where somebody supposedly opens a fortune cookie and found the message, "Help me, I am being held captive in a Chinese fortune cookie factory."
That's the one, yes.
Well, to tell the truth, Stan, I am just a little bit sick of that one. Everywhere I go, people pull it on me. I wish I had $1 for every time I've heard that.
You're a wealthy man, yeah. Well, it's only a joke.
Yes, a poor joke. A poor joke at that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, say, what is that sort of pounding noise there?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just someone working on the building, Stan. I don't know. It's a workman or something. Let's get back to my office, Stan, please.
All right. And thanks so much for being with us, Mr. Albert T. Wong.
Help. Help.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard our vocal group, the Judd Conlon Rhythmaires, singing behind Peggy and behind me on many of my Capitol records. And tonight we think it'd be nice if they sang out front. All right? Well, let's see. There's, 6 of them all together, and by name they are...
Judd Conlon,
Clark Yoakum,
Chuck Schroeder,
Mac McLean,
Lily Jean Norman,
and Gloria Wood.
Florence Nightingale,
Enrico Caruso.
Hold it.
Lanny Ross.
All right, you guys. Everybody after Gloria Wood didn't count, folks. Here's the Judd Conlon Rhythmaires singing Just One of Those Things.
Just one of those things. Just one of those crazy flings. One of those bells that now and then rings. Just one of those things. It was just one of those nights. Just one of those fabulous flights.
a trip to the moon on gossamer wings.
Just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it when we started painting the town,
we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down.
So goodbye, dear and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things.
Just one of those nights. Just one of those fabulous flights.
moon on gossamer wings. Just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it when we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. Great fun, but it was just one. It's been swell.
Farewell.
What a song.
So long.
Lots of fun.
We're done.
Just one of those days.
Now for the third lecture by Dr. Herman Horn on the subject of hi-fi, which, as you know, is the reproduction of music and sound in high fidelity with a full range of frequencies.
They know that, you lunkhead.
Yes. Last time we presented the sound of Benny Goodman playing Danny Boy 20 feet underwater in a kelp bed, a life-size latex rubber Liberace being inflated, and many other fascinating things.
It was a wonderful sound, too. It was a wonderful.
The close of the lecture was unfortunate. The good professor's assistant, Strudelmeyer, scratched the needle right across the hi-fi record.
Unforgivable.
Of course, under the hi-fi oath, he was supposed to be boiled in turntable lubricating oil at once.
But I'm a good-natured fellow, so I told him I would wait until after tonight's lecture. Now, the first thing...
Pardon me, Doctor.
Who are you?
I'm your announcer.
Don't be ashamed of it. I once played tuba for Horace Height.
Well, I've been kicking around the idea of a little custom installation myself.
There is no such thing as a little custom installation.
Well, now,
Get
I
that through
only
your
meant
head.
that I...
Quiet. Quiet. Here's the equipment you must have. Must. 4 2,000-watt amplifiers and 10 separate preamps. A 21-joule turntable, a diamond stylus, a pearl Mesta, and a cotton Pickering arm.
What about the speaker?
The whole house becomes a speaker. You move into the garage.
I think we better forget it.
The entire house becomes a giant speaker. Now it's settled. It's settled.
No, it's not so. Besides, my wife doesn't like loud music.
Yeah, loud?
Yes.
I would expect that from a wife. We've got a special demonstration for people like your wife to prove that hi-fi can be soft. Soft and misty as the teardrops in a mother's eyes, as toward the chair her wayward son is slowly led. Nick Kenny, Mirror Syndicate, 1945. The old ones are the best.
Yes.
Okay, Strudelmeyer, roll in the crate. Gently. Gently now. There we are.
Oh, pardon me. Is that fur on those wheels?
Naturally. There's nothing softer than a mink wheel. Now, if there is, I'd like to hear about it. All right, unpack, Strudelmeyer. Inside the crate, in a nest of flogged peach fuzz and eiderrup, that's twice as soft as eiderdown, rests a 2,000-year-old Ming Dynasty porcelain temple bell. Traditionally, it is struck with the soft, fuzzy cottontail of a Ming rabbit. Only hi-fi could bring the delicate highs of this sound. Okay, Strood, let's hear it. No! Meathead. I said just with the tail, not with the whole lousy rabbit. Shape up, Strudelmeyer. You could be replaced by Quasimodo. This reminds me, before we come to the end of my lecture, I'll show you the difference between highs and lows. You have just heard the high vibrations when our friend here smashed the temple bell. for which he will be fed to the octopi at Marineland right after the show. Now for the low vibrations. Listen as Clumsy here plays a mating call on the Canadian moose horn. Go, Scrooge. Excellent. He has good jazz ideas.
Yes, but his lip isn't too good.
Well, yeah, I'm the man he sat in with Chet Baker the other night, and I think that, what is that? Strudelmeyer, is that your moose? Well, get him out of here and stop blushing.
Why don't we just forget about me buying a hi-fi?
Be quiet. Be quiet. As you and your wife sit of an evening, shivering in the garage, listening to your house, These are the wonderful types of sounds you can play on your hi-fi. The sound, for example, of James Cagney removing his makeup. If we had time, he could remove the other 999 faces.
But what about music? Can I listen to music on my system?
What for? It's only good for checking to see if you have wow and flutter, or if you can still hear the turntable rumble.
Oh, I see.
That's all it's for, and nothing else.
Yes, I understand.
Only purpose. Mm-hmm. However, if you persist, let me show you how loud music can be on a real hi-fi system.
Well, that won't be necessary.
Yes, it will. First, I play an average record played through a cheap $5,000 home hi-fi system. See if you don't see how thin the orchestra sounds. Terrible. Now the very same record played through my own stereoprantic, orthopedic, cinema, guadarama, phonic sound system. Okay, Strudelmeyer?
Doctor, I really don't think the building can withstand the vibrations.
Stand back, Brady Cat. Now, if you aren't chicken, turn up your volume knobs all the way! Tonight only, this special demonstrator studio, only $9.98. Well, that concludes a series of 3 lectures on hi-fi by Dr. Herman Horn. It also concludes Dr. Horn, to say nothing of Strudelmeyer. However, we shall carry on alone. Look to us in the future to bring you such goodies as the collapse of the Los Angeles Shrine Auditorium in hi-fi. That'll be a good one. A Child's Garden of Voodoo. And a stereophonic binaural recording of the fun-filled Charge of the Light Brigade with the original cast. As you may remember, we promised to bring you my recording of Shaboom tonight, but the mail has been rather heavy, begging us to please not do rock and roll, and their point is well taken. I mean, they want a lot of gibberish, you know. So if you want to hear Shaboom, write us, and we'll try to do it. But tonight we're doing something a little more along the ballad lines. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorites, and I hope it'll be a favorite of yours, Elvis Presley's Heartbreak Hotel.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street, and a Heartbreak Hotel. Well, I'll be so lonely, baby. I'll be so lonely. Could I have a little more echo on my voice? Although it's home is crowded. We still can find some room. Broken hearted lovers to cry their Oh, I ripped my jeans. Third pair today. You could die. Enough. That's all. No, that's enough. The pains are coming back. I do more, but I'm afraid I'll be arrested. And before we sign off, are there any questions you folks in the audience have about Elvis? Yes, all right, that gentleman right there.
How come I can never understand what he's saying?
Good question. Because on his particular RCA Victor records, the dog has got his head caught in the speaker. Now, this lady right here in the yellow dress.
Yes. Well, how come Elvis always wiggles around like that when he sings?
Because as a boy, he had a loose bicycle seat. And time for one more question.
When is this program over?
Right now. Until next week, this is Stan Freberg saying thanks for listening. God bless you and good night.
The Stan Freberg Show is produced in Hollywood by Pete Barnum and is written by Stan Freberg, Pete Barnum, and Dawes Butler. Featuring the music of Billy May, Judd Conlon for the Mares, and the songs of Peggy Taylor, with Dawes Butler, Peter Lees, and June Foray. Bud Sewell speaking.
The dulcet tones of Stan Freberg and crew 68 years ago today, Sunday, September 15th, 1957, on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Do you know how old the school building in your community is? If it's over 25 years old, the chances are that it's woefully inadequate. Join with the groups in your community working for better school conditions. Remember, better schools build a stronger America.
Civil rights at the headlines of the news on this date 68 years ago today, Sunday, September 15th, 1937. Federal judge ordered the admission of 7 Negroes to all-white schools in neighboring Arlington County, Virginia. He said their parents need not comply with Virginia's pupil placement law. U.S. District Judge Albert B. Bryan used sharp language to attack the Placements Act. The Heart of Virginia declared policy of massive resistance to racial integration in the schools, saying submission to that act amounts to assent of a racially segregated school. Arkansas Governor Orville E. Faubus went to President Eisenhower with a compromise plan for setting the Little Rock school crisis, and then appealed to federal authorities to be patient in enforcing desegregation. After a 2-hour and 10-minute conference with the president, Faubus wouldn't answer at the meeting and materially changed the situation in Little Rock, where National Guard troops are keeping Negro students out of Central High School at the governor's command. Meanwhile, Faubus's use of his National Guard to block the ordained desegregation process at Little Rock High and the tremendous bombing of Hattie Colton School in Nashville served the cause of school integration mightily. So did the gauntlet of vilification which a Negro girl named Elizabeth Heck was forced to run at Little Rock High. The horns above another teenager made above the head of Dorothy Counts at Charlotte, North Carolina, and the cries of "spit on her" may be remembered in integration annals as a major incident leading up to the eventual solution, simply because it focused world attention on the problem. Meanwhile, the Cuban government, trying to avert possible new revolutionary outbreaks, yesterday ordered further suspension of constitutional guarantees and pressed a big purge of suspected rebels in the armed services. President Fulgencio Batista told the closing session of the Third National Congress of Mayors the suspension of civil liberties, slated to expire at midnight, is to be extended another 45 days to maintain law and order. Secretary of State John Foster Dulles flies to New York for a UN clash with Andrei Gromyko, the Soviet foreign minister. It may prove to be one of the most momentous East-West word battles of recent years. The American Legion was told yesterday the Army is developing a weapon capable of knocking down intercontinental missiles. The Russians claim to have built and tested such a missile. Major General John Phillips Daly, the Army's Director of Special Weapons, made the assertion at one of the opening sessions of the Legion's annual convention. A leading Soviet scientist said yesterday Russia plans to send manned rockets to the Moon and Venus by 1965. Missile expert Y.C. Klebsevich outlined detailed plans for Soviet interplanetary flights in an article in the Moscow publication Literary Gazette. And those some of the day's top news stories, as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, the 15th day of September, 1957. Up next, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Driving tonight? Then remember this. Most highway deaths are caused by two temptations: to cut out of line and to go too fast. Crossing the center line of the road is more dangerous than you realize. Statistics prove it. Excessive speed is just as dangerous as officials say. You can predict your own impulses, but you can never predict the other drivers when driving tonight. Drive cautiously, please.
We wrap up our brief look at Sunday, September 15th, 1957, with an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey from 68 years ago, the JPD Matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here, Johnny.
Uh-oh, what fantastic character is Floyd's of England insured this time?
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
More singing mice, wayward cats, and how about the counterfeit money problem?
Johnny.
No, let me guess.
John, if you'll just listen to
I
me.
got it. You're in trouble because you've done a switch. You've insured somebody against living instead of the other way around, that it?
Of course not. Though I must admit we do have one policy of that sort in effect.
There, I knew it.
However, that is not the one I called you about.
Okay, George, what is?
We've issued a policy. Well, I guess it is a little unusual at that.
I fear the worst, but go on.
Well, it's on a small brewery over near...
Brewery? You mean a beer factory?
That's right. It's over near the town of Tamaqua, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, I know that country pretty well.
Good. We've insured the Dortmund Brewery against possible damage from a nearby construction project.
Well, you said unusual. What's so unusual about that?
Perhaps you'd better come over here and let me tell you.
Yeah. When you say it that way, I guess I'd better.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the JPD matter. Expense account item 1, $1.10, taxi from my apartment to George Reed's office, where he promptly dragged me over to a large map tacked to one of the walls.
Here it is, Johnny, between the towns of Tamaqua and Frackville, Pennsylvania. On a little river that's called Pinxatawney Creek. Old Indian name, I believe.
Uh-huh.
The Dortmund Brewery is just about here.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll rent a car in New York and drive over there.
Now, wait. By making a couple of train changes, you can get most of the way over there by rail.
Anything to save the company a buck, is that it?
Why not? When that freewheeling expense account of yours gets into operation...
Okay. What's the face value of the policy?
Coverage for the whole plant. $820,000.
Wow-wee. So I'll rent a car in New York.
All right. Now, as I told you, we've insured the Dortmund Brewery against possible damage from the building of a plant right next to it.
What kind of a plant?
Competition. Another brewery.
Oh, I see. Possible malicious damage. Is that what they're thinking of?
That's what JP seems to be worried about.
JP?
JP Dortmund. Owner, manager, president, brewmeister, and anything else you can think of.
Has anything happened yet?
No, but I want you to go there and be sure that nothing does.
Is this JP my contact?
Yes.
Okay, George, I'm on my way. Expense account item 2, 935, fare and incidentals, Hartford to New York. Item 3, $50, deposit on a drive-your-own car. Item 4, 50 cents toll through the Holland Tunnel. I cut straight across the top of Jersey, crossed the Delaware at Phillipsburg, and finally pulled into the little town of Tamaqua shortly after 6 p.m. Items 5, 6, and 7, 12:20. For dinner, a place to rest my weary head, and breakfast the next morning. The Dortmund Brewery sat on the western bank of Pinxatawney Creek, about 5 miles out of town, and looked as though it had been sitting there for 1,000 years. It was a small affair, and the old frame buildings were badly in need of a coat of paint. Just north of it rose a towering cliff, and on top of that cliff stood an array of cranes and machines and bulldozers that are used on modern large-scale construction jobs. I parked my car at the entrance of the office building and was greeted at the door by a large, raw-boned woman of about 50 with straggly yellow hair and wearing a faded blue cotton dress that looked as though it hadn't been ironed in years.
Something I can do for you?
Oh, why, I'm looking for Mr. J.P. Dortmund.
Mister. That's a laugh.
Is it? Why?
Because I'm J.P.
What?
That's right. Anything wrong with it?
Well,
Hey, wait a minute. You another of those lawyers from that job up on the cliff come to fancy talk me about not having to worry in the world about what they're doing to me up there?
No.
And how I better mind my own business. What do you mean, no?
My name is Dollar, Johnny Dollar. I'm here on behalf of Floyd's of England.
The insurance company? Well, now, that's different. You come on into my private office, Johnny.
Her private office was furnished with a battered walnut desk, some ancient filing cabinets, and a couple of straight wooden chairs. Nothing else. Hardly the kind of an office you'd expect for the president of a company worth $820,000.
There's nothing fancy about it, Johnny, because there's nothing fancy about any part of my brewery. But that isn't what counts. We've been here ever since my great-great-grandfather built it up. And all we've cared about is making the finest beer in the country. Gretchen? And we do make it, too. Gretchen, can't you hear me out?
Yes, J.P.?
Gretchen, I want you to bring Mr. Dollar a pitcher full in my glass.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, look, I'm afraid I'm not much of a beer
You
man.
will be when you've tasted this. It's the creek that does it, you know, Pinxatawney Creek. Finest water for beer in the whole United States. That's what makes good beer, you know.
Yes, so I've heard.
That's why that dirty Clarkson Kemper bunch are building up on the cliff to get at that water.
I understand they'll be your competitors.
Ha! All their fancy modern equipment and methods can't produce the brew the way I can. The long, slow, easy way. With all the good old-fashioned apparatus. The old country methods.
Yes, I see.
Why, Johnny, we make our own barley malt. And we grind it by hand. And we come up with a wort that's second to none in the world. The old-type Sparger, too. And the hopjacks. And the finest strain of yeast there is.
Yes, I'm sure that
3 full months we age before we rack a drop. Sure, we take more time and more trouble, but we come up with a better brew. Better than any modern plant can ever make.
Well, then what's your problem?
They're getting ready to blast up on that cliff.
Blast?
A whole big chunk of it away. And when they do, that whole thing will come crashing down here. Thousands of tons of rock.
Well, surely there's some state authority or something to prevent that.
Oh, they've bamboozled the authorities. And your insurance company, too. They'll say it was an accident, a miscalculation. And when that rock comes crashing down here, it'll wreck this whole plant of mine.
Well, you do have insurance, remember.
It'll wreck all my fine old equipment that can never again be replaced because there are no such things anymore.
Well, when's all this blasting supposed to take place?
Who knows? Tonight, tomorrow, next week. Who knows?
That soon?
Yeah. So, Johnny, if there's anything you can do, you'd better do it now. What's insurance money if I have to lose this for it?
Who knows? Maybe she was right suspecting her rivals might try a stunt like that to put her out of business. But it all seemed a little too far-fetched. And yet, when I think of some of the unscrupulous things that have been done to put down competition, maybe she was justified in suspecting this Carlson Kemper crowd of... Yeah. Maybe she was.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Massachusetts state flag, bearing a green pine tree, is the descendant of the famous Liberty Tree flag that came out of Boston to serve all the original 13 colonies. It was under the Liberty Tree flag that the Sons of Liberty met and planned the Boston Tea Party, that our floating batteries on the Delaware River defended Philadelphia, and on the Charles River defied Howe's cannons. Beneath the tree is inscribed the state motto, Ensu petit placidum sub libertate quietum. By the sword we seek peace, but peace only under liberty. These words were originally written by the famous English patriot Algernon Sidney about 1659. This was a message intended for King George III. Unhappily, it went unheeded. Massachusetts state flag, the flag of the sixth state to enter the Union, was adopted on March 18th, 1904.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the JPD Matter.
If J.P. Dorfman was right, if there was the least possibility she was right in her suspicion that Carlson Kemper would blast thousands of tons of rock down on a little plant in order to put her out of business, well, there was only one thing to do. I got back into my car and drove by a roundabout way up to the top of the cliff overlooking the Dorfman Brewery. There in the middle of the vast array of heavy construction equipment, giant cranes, trucks, huge cement mixers, and so on, I found the main construction shack. And by a stroke of luck, one of the partners in the proposed new brewery, Mr. James Carlson.
That crazy old lady's being absurd, Mr. Dollar. If you really want the truth, well, I think she'd welcome our smashing that antiquated brewery of hers out of existence.
Is that what you plan to do, Mr. Carlson?
Can you be serious? By blasting a few tons of rock off the face of the cliff into the river?
Or a few thousand tons?
Or a few thousand tons. Won't do that place of hers a bit of harm.
You're sure?
Of course I'm sure. Only thing I'm not sure of is why she stays in business.
What do you mean by that?
Well, she can't be making any money. The methods she uses were out of date in this country 50 years ago. The product's good, sure. But today, you've got to snowball. Did you know, Dollar, that out of the goodness of my heart, I offer to take that crummy plant of hers off her hands?
Or because her location is better down next to the water supply?
Oh, partly, sure. I offered her nearly $500,000 for her spot. 400,000 to be exact. But no dice. She just kept bothering us, trying to get out a lot of injunctions against our building there.
I assume you have the necessary permits for this blasting operation.
A whole drawer full of them. Hey, look at them yourself. At the same time, appreciate the volume of red tape necessary to do anything these days.
But suppose that something should go wrong, that quite by accident, the top of that cliff should drop down on JP's brewery.
Mr. Dollar, it's to obviate any such possibility that I called in one of the foremost blasters in the country, who, purely incidentally, is top man for one of the biggest makers of explosives in the world. You talk to him, Mr. Dollar.
Maybe I will.
Believe me, I can understand why you might not take my word for the safety of the operation we're about to undertake, but certainly you can't question his word.
You say about to undertake. When?
I believe he's planned the big blow-off for tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, come on, I'll take you to it.
We found this expert, Mr. Sidney Crutchfield, in a small, tidy shack set out near the edge of the cliff, working over a series of complicated diagrams with a busy slide rule in his hand. And I must confess, he turned out to be one of the most interesting men I've ever met. Tall, slim, and gray-haired, he had a quiet, easy, yet confident manner that completely belied his hazardous occupation. This was the man who had done the dynamiting for some of the biggest jobs in this country, had moved mountains and rivers in the construction of huge dams, had blasted the way for some of our vast highway networks.
As you can see by the dates on these sheets, I finished planning this blast over 2 weeks ago. But I find that constant checking and rechecking never does any harm.
Mr. Carlson tells me you plan to set off this blast tonight.
Yes. Actually, I shall push the plunger at exactly 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. If Mr. Carlson is ready.
Don't you worry about it, Mr. Crutchfield. We're moving the equipment and the shack's away right now.
Excellent. And at the time of the blast, no one is to be here but me.
That's what your contract says.
And that's the way it must be.
For safety, Mr. Crutchfield?
Well, call it a fetish of mine.
Uh-huh. And there'll be no damage to the brewery plant down below?
I'll stake my reputation on it. Come, Mr. Dollar. If you like, I'll show you how I've made the sets for this blast.
We spent the rest of the day inspecting every tunnel, shaft, and drill hole into which the explosives had been packed and fused. And the artistry of this man was evident from the word go. By 6 p.m., all the machines and shacks and equipment had been moved back from the edge of the cliff that was to be blown off. The place was deserted, except for Mr. Crutchfield and me.
And now, you must get into your car and leave, Mr. Dollar.
But if there's no danger...
Please. I prefer it this way. Surely you're not still concerned about the blast?
To be honest about it, no. Not one bit. And I wasn't, at the moment. Yeah, this amazing man simply couldn't do anything wrong. I would have staked my life on it. But by the time I'd driven the long, curving road to the Dortmund Brewery below, had found the place not only deserted, but completely shut down, a funny little hunch began to grow in the back of my head. Even the office building was dark as far as I could see. With the help of a business card, I slipped the lock on the front door. And then I saw the thin streak of light under the door of JP's private office. I thought I heard something in there. The office was a shambles. Account books and papers scattered all over the place. A couple of cartons, the drawers of the crusty old files, were open and for the most part empty. Somebody had been hastily packing and removing all the important papers. But why?
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, what?
Sorry. Oh! And you seemed like such a nice boy.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Anyone who has survived the rigors of basic training is familiar with a great variety of milk that is dished out periodically in the armed forces. Now, there's frozen milk, concentrated milk, frozen concentrate, and good old powdered milk. But sometimes supplying wholesome, fresh, real milk has been a problem when servicemen have been stationed in out-of-the-way places. The United States Air Force came across that problem some time ago in the island of Terceira in the Azores, those Portuguese islands that dot an eastern portion of the Atlantic Ocean. The air base there was considered powdered milk country for a long time. Although cattle have played an important role in the economy of the island of Terceira, the herd was badly inbred and milk production was very low. Modern milk processing was not a part of the picture. And with the help of Portuguese veterinarians, the men in the United States Air Force unit worked out a free breeding service by using a small herd of milk cows acquired in England, and the cattle there at Terceira improved. Then, a complete pasteurizing, homogenizing, sterilizing, bottling, refrigeration plant was flown in from the United States. As soon as this activity got underway, milk production began to climb steadily, and thirsty Air Force men and civilians were soon buying and drinking the new fresh milk. When economy of the island began to rise rapidly, the people were happy and grateful. You might say that a little milk of human kindness increased understanding on an island of freedom, the right of all men everywhere.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the JPD Matter.
When I came to in the office of the Dortmund Brewery, my head felt as though it had been split wide open. The sash weight that had been used on it lay beside me. But why had JP struck me down from behind the door where she'd been waiting for me? And why, before that, had she been hastily packing a lot of business papers, bills, and so on to take away? A couple of them still lay under me where I'd fallen. It was several minutes before I found strength enough to roll over and try to push myself to my feet. As I did so, I saw two things. One was a bill she'd overlooked in her haste to get away. A bill from Frankline Powder Company addressed to her personally. A bill for 21 cases of dynamite and some other explosives. The other was my watch. I'd been out for hours, too many hours. For according to my watch, it was 1:52 a.m., exactly 8 minutes before the tremendous dynamite blast on the cliff above was to be set off. And suddenly I knew where, somehow, by her plan, those thousands of tons of rock would land, and not harmlessly in the river below. And I knew why JP had left me here, so I'd be crushed by them. Come on. Oh, please, come on. Hello. Oh, please, hello. Operator, this is emergency.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look now, I'm calling from Dortmund Brewery. It's between...
Yes, I know where it is, sir.
There's a big construction. Carlson Kemper, that's the name.
Well, sir,
Up on the cliff above this
sir,
brewery here.
I'm sorry, but those lines were disconnected late this afternoon.
What? But look, surely there's some way to... Operator.
I'm sorry, sir, but there's no way to ring them.
Oh, no. Oh, I've got to get out. I just got to get out of here. Somehow I got to get out there and get it. Oh, no. Oh, please. I got to get in there. Can I get in? I can't. Hey, stop!
Who's that? What are you
Crutchfield! Stop!
Dollar,
Don't!
what are you doing here?
Don't do it!
I thought I told you.
Don't push that plunger!
I'm sorry,
Don't set
Mr.
off that
Dollar.
blast!
That's
no!
exactly what I'm going to do right now.
No, you're not. No.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar. You have no right to interfere.
You
now stand back.
hear what I said.
Dollar, put down that gun.
You touch that plunger, and so help me, I'll pull this trigger.
Now, wait a minute. Dollar, what's the matter with you? What's happened to you, man?
Oh.
Good heavens, man.
I guess it was just luck that I was still hanging on to that bill for the dynamite that I'd found. I guess it was luck that made Crutchfield grab it when he tried to keep me from falling. Made him look at it carefully by the light of his flashlight. But it was his good sense that kept him from going ahead and setting off that charge. When daylight came, he found the spot on the face of the cliff where JP had another charge planted. It was set to go off by concussion from the blast that Crutchfield had set. It would have diverted the rock from Crutchfield's blast to smack dab on top of her little beer factory. Nobody would ever have known who'd really done it. And JP would have collected $820,000 insurance for it. Incidentally, when the police caught up with her, which wasn't hard, they also found the book she'd taken from her office. Yeah, J.P. Dortmund was broke. Stony. Expense account total, including a handful of doctor bills for my aching head and all the incidentals I could think of, $204.80. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. The origin of Hawaii's state flag has been the subject of much debate. It is now believed that it was the work of foreign advisors to King Kamehameha. Legend also has it that it was designed at the request of King Kamehameha by George Beckley, an English sea captain. The flag consists of 8 horizontal and alternating stripes of white, red, and blue, representing the 8 major islands in the chain. Also represented is the British Union Jack, a reminder of Captain Vancouver, who on his voyage around the world in 1794 gave King Kamehameha a British flag and the promise of British protection. The Union Jack is also a reminder of Captain James Cook, who discovered the Hawaiian Islands in 1778. Hawaii's state flag, the flag of the 50th state to enter the Union, was adopted in 1845.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the ideal vacation matter. But believe me, it turns out to be neither ideal nor a vacation. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Eleanor Audley, Gene Bates, G. Stanley Jones, Alan Reed, and Austin Green. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
An Armed Forces radio recording of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, 68 years ago, September 15th, 1957, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Comedy and variety tomorrow with the Baby Snooks show with no Baby Snooks and no Fanny Bryce. Eddie Cantor will be in for Snooks, as Snooks is missing. We'll also have an episode of My Favorite Husband starring Lucille Ball and Richard Denning, The Aldrich Family from 1948, and the Rudy Valley Dream Show with his guest, Ed Gardner. You know, Archie the Manager from Duffy's Tavern. And then on Wednesday's show, we'll have Mr. President, starring Edward Arnold as a president of the United States. We just don't know which one. Dragnet from their first season in 1949. Boston Blackie starring Dick Calmer from 1946, and Calling All Cars, the Vertigo Hills Murder from 1936. On Thursday, Mystery in the Air, Peter Lorre, the Black Cat from 1947. An episode of Let George Do It starring Bob Bailey and Virginia Gregg, Cover for an Hour from 1950. An episode of Night Watch from 1954, and Romance from 1954. And then on Friday's show, we'll have 4 shows from Sunday, September 19th, 1948. Howard Duff as Sam Spade, Lon Clark as Nick Carter, Master Detective, Herbert Marshall as the Man Called X, and Ben Wright as the Man Who Could Work Miracles from an episode of Escape from that date. And then on Saturday, Westerns with Jimmy Stewart as the 6-shooter, Gene Autry in Melody Ranch, Have Gun Will Travel, and Gunsmoke. Sunday, Jack Benny from 1952, Jack and Mary Are in Scotland, Jack Parr from 1947, Father Knows Best from 1950, and Front and Center. And a week from today, we will have lots of stuff. We'll have Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons from 1949, Barry Craig, Confidential Investigator from 1953, Romance, The Law and Miss Deborah from 1956, and Suspense, Shadow on the Wall from 1957. That's the week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Anytime, classicradio.stream. Up next, Arthur Godfrey Time.
Alert Americans will heed history's lessons. Throughout history, surprise has had a leading role in military disasters. Today, an enemy capable of surprise air attack could leave chaos in his wake. That's why you should be in the Civilian Ground Observer Corps, volunteering a few hours a week to guard our skies. Be a ground observer. Contact your local civilian defense office.
Now we're going to go back 78 years ago to Arthur Godfrey Time, as it was originally broadcast on CBS 78 years ago, September 15th, 1947.
A. Always milder. B. Better tasting. C. Cooler smoking.
A, B, C.
Always by Chesterfields, they satisfy.
Smoke free. Strong smoke free.
While a Chesterfield burns.
Chesterfield presents Arthur Godfrey Time. Yes,
Arthur Godfrey with all the little Godfreys. Jeanette Davis, the Mariners, Archie Blyer and his orchestra, and Arthur's special guest, Bobby Wayne. And now, here's that man himself, Arthur Godfrey.
Thank you, Tony Marvin. Hello, everybody. This is the Godfrey, all right. Feeling just like a limp fried rope. Ugh. Isn't it a horrible picture, a bunch of fried rope? Anyway, that's the way this weather makes you feel. But this is the last day of it, the man says. Oh, brother, this is there's a cold front coming here, east. You folks out in Chicago and farther west have had it already. It's coming here sometime this evening, we hope, unless it gets loused up in the Alleghenies. That's what's happened to every cold front that's come this way all summer, you know. Got as far as Pocono over here and quit. This thing that we're in, this cold, what is a good word for this that we've been in? Mess. This mess has been here since the 15th of July, you know what? It's no wonder it's so pew around here. It's been the same air we've been breathing for 3 months. And today it's going to go. Tomorrow it's going to be cool. Tonight we're going to have some showers around here in the east. And by tomorrow morning the wind will be in the northwest and it'll be beautiful. And am I glad it waited until tonight? On account of this weekend was a honeydew. Huh? Gee, it was a cantaloupe, that's what it was. Ooh, what a wonderful... It started Friday night when I was guest on Perry Como's Supper Club on that unmentionable network over there. It was quite a treat for me to get all dressed up Friday night and go over to Perry's shindig. I didn't have my pajamas on. I wear these only for this show. I had what was that I was wearing? Pleated burlap. It was yes. That's a wonderful place, that institution where he works. It really is. Guards in uniform, brasses shining all over the place, big, beautiful buildings. Go through 90,000 doors every time you go in any place. And you step out of one door where it's air-conditioned into the other and fall flat on your face. Oh, it's awful in there. Look where I am today. We're back in CBS basement again. Down here with all the ashes. But it was lovely. We had a gorgeous sail on the Sound yesterday. We went over to Manhasset Bay and had a swim in that pool. And coming back got becalmed. Oh, it's lovely to sail on the Sound when there's wind. We got becalmed and got into the dock about 8:30 in time to... Almost too late for dinner. But on the way in, we had some wonderful fun. Bill Farrell was along with me. You've heard me speak of Bill. Greatest Spinnaker man in the world. Scientific gin player. Draws one card in gins, you know. Very skillful. He had a story to tell about a feller on the Larchmont train. It seems a lot of things happen on that train to Larchmont. This fella had no watch. He was just a young fella, and he saw a man sitting next to him with a watch on his wrist, so he leaned over and he said, I beg your pardon, what time is it, please? The fella didn't answer. Paid no attention to him. So he waited a second. He said, I beg your pardon, what time is it, please? The fella looked straight ahead. Sir, I beg your pardon, what time is it, please? He said, look, I'm a very nice guy, but gee whiz, tell me what time is it, will you? The fella turned around and he says, no, I'm not going to tell you what time it is. The fella says, why not? He says, look, if I tell you what time it is, you and I get in a conversation. See? Now, you're a pretty nice fella, and after we've talked for a little while, you'll like me, and I'll like you, and chances are I'll invite you to my house. And we'll go to the house, and we'll have a Pepsi-Cola or so, and I'll introduce you to my wife, and of course she'll ask you to stay to dinner. And I have a very lovely 18-year-old daughter at home, and you're a nice fella. She'll go for you, and you'll go for her. Chances are, in about a week, you'll announce your engagement. In 2 or 3 months, you'll be married. And I'm a son of a gun if I'm going to have for a son-in-law a guy that can't afford a watch. So this is Chesterfield Day. This is Chesterfield Day, and for Chesterfield, we have a very, very lovely girl for you folks to sing a song called I May Be Wrong, But I Think It's Wonderful.
I may be wrong, but I think you're wonderful. I may be wrong, but I think you're swell. I like your style, say, think it's marvelous. I'm always wrong, so how can I tell? Deuces to me are all aces. Life is to me just a bore. Faces are all open spaces. Don't get around anymore. You came along, say, I think you're wonderful. I think you're grand. But I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But I think you're wonderful. I may be wrong, but I think you're swell. I like your style. Say I think it's marvelous. I'm always wrong, so how can I tell? All of my gowns are unsightly. All of my hats are a crime. If dear and you I picked rightly, it's the very first time you came along, say, I think you're wonderful. I think you're grand, but I may be wrong.
That was Jeanette Davis with Archie Blyer and the boys. Archie, incidentally, has just been offered a new job, working in Detroit at an auto plant. They want him to be a fender feeler. I got a letter from Springfield Mo. Springfield Mo from Mrs. Herb Kahneman. She says, Dear Arthur, my little girl, Kay Janice, who is 6 years old, started in school Tuesday. Upon arriving home after the first day in school, her aunt was teasing her and asked her if she learned her ABCs, and she said, Of course I did. And without a moment's hesitation, replied very seriously, A, always milder, B, better tasting, C, cooler smoking. Well, now, Kay, that's fine, honey. You go right to the head of the class. Let's see, you're 6. You remember them about 15 years from now, will you? And you're 21. And you can go out and buy a pack of Chesterfields for yourself. Chesterfield cigarettes, they'll satisfy then just like they do now. The A will always be milder, and the B, cooler smoking, and the C... Oh, that's wrong, ain't it? No. C is for cooler smoking, B is for better tasting, or something. G is for Goofy Godfrey for getting it loused up. Buy them by the carton if you can. You can always save a lot of money that way. Most places. Say, last Monday night, let's see, tonight's a Monday again, that's right. Today is our very easy day today. Anytime you turn on the radio today, you hear Godfrey from 6 o'clock on. And we'll be on for Lipton Tea again tonight on the Talent Scout Show. But today, we have the winner of last week's Talent Scout Show, a young ex-Navy pilot named Bobby Wayne. Who is going to don his best French accent this morning and sing for us, Je vous aime.
Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous adore. Will I hear those lovely words no more? Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous adore. Can't we sing as we sang before? In her eyes was a promise so tender. sang a song of surrender that will live in my heart forevermore. Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous adore. In her eyes was a promise so tender, while her lips sang a song of surrender that will live in my heart forevermore. Je vous aime, ma chérie, je vous
Thank you, Bobby Wayne. Good luck to you, my boy. You should go a long way with that voice. Speaking of little Kay Janice here and her 6-year-old philosophy and book learning, makes me think of something that we ought to ponder, I think, very seriously. For New York City and many other cities, towns and rural areas throughout the country, last Monday was the first day of school. It's 1 week old today. And thousands of kids all over the country went back to classrooms. And I would like to mention a fact, again, which is of grave importance to us all. Too many of our nation's kids of school age will not be in those classrooms this year. They're not there where they ought to be. Of the 26 million children who are in school, a shocking number of them are getting instruction from half-trained, inadequately prepared substitute teachers. In 1941, our universities and teachers' colleges produced a large enough number of qualified teachers to assure every child in the United States of the best education in the history of the country. And these young teachers honestly expected to make education their life's work. Yet practically none of them have done so. Practically none of them. Where are they now? They're working in offices, laboring in factories, even waiting on tables, ushering in theaters. They're doing these things instead of the important job for which they were carefully trained because they have found that the parents of America do not insist that their children be taught by men and women who are competent to do it. The taxpayers, that's you and me, have allowed the teaching profession to become one of the least desirable of all vocations. We've done this by allowing the salaries and the working conditions and the public respect for our teachers to lag far behind our own expanding living standards. We've driven 1/5 of our good teachers from their jobs. We've closed 10,000 classrooms for this coming winter. We've created a situation in which 58%, actually over half, of our children will be getting what expert educators call an average to poor education. We should think about that a little bit. To you and me, you know what it means? It means our kids have less than one chance in 2 of being taught the things they're entitled to learn. Get busy. Let's get busy on it. The other day, if I may go now from something worthwhile to something very ridiculous, Hy Phillips, not that he's ridiculous, he's a great guy, runs a column called The Sundial. He had an item in there that says, a crazy song which we think could easily become a rage, like Yes, We Have No Bananas, Horses, 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 and the music goes round and round, is Arthur Godfrey's She's Too Fat for Me. He says, watch it, boys. Well, In the first place, this is not my tune. This is a tune written by Ross McLean and Arthur Richardson and published by Shapiro Bernstein. It happens to have my face on the cover, along with a picture of a very, shall we say, plump young lady. We did have the privilege of introducing it, and apparently there's some interest in the thing. We've recorded it for Columbia, and it shall be released on the 29th of September, I'm told. If you really like the thing, we'll do it again. You like it? You like it? Here's a silly ditty. You can sing it right away. Now here is what you say, so sing it while you may. Here's a silly jingle, you can sing it night or noon. Here's the words, that's all you need, 'cause I just sang the tune. Oh, I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me. She's too fat for me. She's too fat for me. I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me. She's too fat, she's too fat, she's too fat for me. I get dizzy, I get numbo when I'm dancing with my jumbo. I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me. She's too fat for me. She's too fat for me. I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me. She's too fat, she's too fat, she's too fat for me.
Can she prance up a hill?
No.
Can she dance a quadrille?
No.
Does she fit in your coop?
By herself, she's a group.
Could she possibly sit upon your knee?
No.
We don't want her, you can have her. She's too fat for me.
Yeah, she's too fat for me.
But she's just right for me.
We don't want her, you can have her. She's too fat for me.
She's too fat, much too fat.
But she's just right for me. She's so charming, and she's so winning.
Yeah, but it's alarming when she goes in swimming.
We don't want her, you can have her. She's too fat for me.
Much too fat for me.
But she's just right for me. So I sure want her. You can't have her. She's just right for me.
But she's too fat.
She's not too fat. She's just right for me.
Hey. That little tune was dedicated to Marie McGrain. Marie McGrain, who was a famous radio tricks of WTOP in Washington, whom you'll hear on We the People Squeak tonight. She's that very dear lady sitting in the control room there with that flat sky piece, flat top. She and I have been shipmates for about 20 years, I guess, in this business. 18 anyhow. She's a dear, sweet old gal. You know, she's been a telephone operator down in Washington on the switchboard at WTOP for years. And Washington knows her very, very well. She's very famous for her. In the morning, you know how you feel in the morning. The thing rings and you plug it and you say, Columbia Broadcasting, you know. She's wonderful, wonderful. She's been waking me up for 18 years in the morning. You know, I've been doing Chesterfield commercials for about 3 months now. Been smoking them about that long, too. They're all right. It just occurred to me that there are a lot of people in the country who haven't understood a word I've said. It isn't because of my diction, of course. I have it on excellent authority. My diction is almost too impeccable. The reason some people don't understand me is that some people just don't happen to understand English, that's all. You realize what that means? It means that a lot of people are smoking Chesterfields for no other reason than that they like them. When I say always buy Chesterfield, they satisfy. All they get is mutter, 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 Chesterfield, mutter, mutter, mutter. What would my sponsor think if he asked somebody why he smoked Chesterfields and the only answer he got was, I like 'em? I'd be on the carpet again, trying to explain why the guy says I like 'em because of A, they're always milder, B, they're better tasting, and C, they're cooler smoking. So today I'm going to enlighten some of my Sioux Indian friends out in the Northwest just to make sure. Ohinya o Peyton Chesterfield Kajujupi. That means always by Chesterfield they satisfy. A, always milder. A, Ohinya Sanpa Washbanda. Og. B, better tasting. B, Sanpa Washte Uta. Salt Lake City. Che, Sanpa Chuz Nisinya. Og. Che. Now you know what a commercial sounds like to people who don't understand Indian. Many snows have passed since Father have sheep. Jeanette, come up here and sing me another song, will you? You cute little squaw, you.
Like a bell that is ringing for me, and from the way that I feel when the bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling. I would swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
Oh, that's lovely, Jeanette. Thank you. That's how I broke all my fingernails over the weekend, trying to peel a bell. This is Godfrey with music, chatter, songs, guests, news, stories, also lessons on the side and how to blow a balloon without getting your fingers gooey. You know, usually the new ideas in women's clothes come from Paris, but this year things are different. A lot of the new fashion ideas have been suggested by costumes of the Middle East. The ladies' evening wear especially will give women that Egyptian look. Veils, long, narrow skirts, hats with burnouses hanging down the back, wraparound turbans. And all this evening wear will have that mysterious look of Egypt. Or as Archie Blyer pronounces it, egg-wiped. Now all the ladies will need is one of those funny-looking animals with a hump on its back. What do they call them? Chesterfields? Mariner, step up here and sing me something about a girl just like Dad married or something. I want a girl just like the girl.
I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. I know that she was a pearl and the only girl that Daddy ever had. A good old-fashioned girl with heart so true, one who loves nobody else but you. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. I want a girl just like the girl that married.
Wait, listen. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. This phrase keeps running through my mind, it almost drives me mad. I asked the guy who wrote this song why just one girl will do. The reason is quite plain, he said, I'll tell the tale to you. When I was a boy, my mother often said to me, get married, boy, and see how happy you will be. I have looked all over, but no girlie can I find who seems to be just like the little girl I have in mind. He will have to look around until the right one he has found. I know, but fellas, I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. She was a pearl and the only girl that Daddy ever had. A good old-fashioned girl with heart so true, one who loves nobody else but you. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad.
So pick yourself up a carton of Chesterfields today, will you? Remember, my friend, they're the sum total of smoking pleasure. The world's best tobaccos in that can't-be-copied formula. That's what makes them so good. Chesterfields. They satisfy. And I'll see you tonight in the Talent Scout Show. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And that goes back 78 years, September 15th, 1947. And that gives you an idea where radio ended up going. And Godfrey was just ahead of the time and leading the way. Patter and music and chit-chat. That's what radio ended up becoming. Alrighty, visit us at classicradio.stream, won't you? Now, science fiction X-1. Show that might blow up in your face. It's entitled The Castaways.
Americans have always been noted for their know-how. And you young men in search of a career, you can put this practical talent to excellent use in one of our nation's many engineering schools. At the present time, we need engineers. We need them to maintain our scientific and engineering superiority. So look to your future, to America's future. Plan now to become an engineer.
Science fiction now on this edition of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. 70 years ago, September 15th, 1955, X-1, the story of the Castaways.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000 could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, presents X minus 1. Tonight's story, The Castaways, by Ernest Kinoy. In the South Pacific, night comes on rapidly. The sun dips below the flat horizon, the sea is crimson for a moment, and then night falls. But on Tahani Atoll, giant arc lights turn night into day. Across the waters of the lagoon, within the barrier reef, launches and tugs skitter back and forth, while on the curving half-moon of the island, Army trucks and jeeps scuttle down the rough roads bulldozed by the Seabees just 6 weeks ago. A low Quonset hut stands near the beach, surrounded by tangled wire. This is the preliminary command post, and inside is General Frank Gaydosh, field director of the test. Operation Destruction.
Everything's on schedule, General. Radiological surveys complete. Instruments placement checked.
Well, get me Navy and tell them H hours is ordered. Send a periodic time check to Air Force on 90-week talk and observation control on the Missouri.
Yes, sir.
I want a complete roster check on all personnel before H hour.
Yes, sir. Oh, Nate Cohen wants to see you.
Well, who the devil's he?
AP man. He's been selected by the press radio pool to interview.
I haven't got any time. Tell him to speak to Major Dwight Friedenberg. He's the PRO.
I think perhaps you'd better see him, sir. The directive on public relations from Washington was very clear.
Well, how in blazes am I supposed to run a bomb test and play mother hen to a bunch of reporters?
Washington said...
All right. Bring him in. Borelli?
Yes, sir.
Get me some black coffee, will you?
Yes, sir. This is Mr. Cohen, General Gaydosh.
How do you do, General?
Lousy, as a matter of fact.
Is that an official statement?
No. You can run some of that "the world is at the crossroads" baloney.
I wrote that yesterday. General, what effect do you think the new bomb will have on the world situation?
I can't tell you that, even if I knew. My job is to set the blasted thing off and see that nobody gets hurt, and collect the data.
Can I speak to you a moment, sir?
Later, Alan. Go ahead, Cohen.
Can you release anything on the scientific principles involved?
I don't even understand them myself. Wait a minute. Dr. Muller?
Yes?
Come over here a minute, will you? Cohen, this is Dr. Fred Muller, Civilian Scientific Director. He's the only one who knows what's inside that warhead.
How do you do, Mr. Cohen?
How about a statement, Doctor?
Oh, I'm afraid all I'm allowed to say is that the bomb is new, it's extremely powerful, and off the record, it's very tricky and dangerous.
What'll happen if it goes off prematurely?
I don't think we have to worry about that. In fact, we wouldn't even know about it. If you'll excuse me now.
How about the natives?
Well, what about them?
Aren't they going to be evacuated from the island?
They already have been.
General Gaydosh.
I saw the Tahani chief outside when I came in. The whole tribe squatting down at the motor pool having a conference.
What? Alan?
I've been trying to tell you, sir. The Tahani are still on the island.
Well, why? The LCTs are ready, aren't they?
Yes, sir, but they won't go. They refuse.
The schedule called for their evacuation to Mailani 3 hours ago.
I realize that, sir, but I hoped we could still get them off without violence.
Look, Alan, they're either on the island or off. Now, wait a minute. Cohen, that's all.
What are you going to do about the natives, General?
Never mind. I'll issue a statement later.
You going to force them?
Go on. Get out. I haven't got time.
All right, General. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
All right, Alan. Let's have it.
Well, sir, the Tahani been kicking up all along. They won't leave.
They won't? Do they know what's going to happen to the island? Do they know that we're going to blow it higher than a kite?
I told the chief. He just said they won't go.
They'll go, all right, if I have to... Yeah, hey, get him in here.
The chief?
Yeah, and that lieutenant who interprets.
Yes, sir.
How do you like that, Dr. Muller? I haven't got enough trouble.
You know, I feel rather sorry for the Tahani. Can't make much sense to them. We arrive and tell them they've got to get out.
Look, I appreciate your finer feelings, Muller, but I can't let the Kanakas hold up the bomb test.
They're not Kanakas, General. Captain Cook discovered the island in 1788.
Well, what's the difference?
Lieutenant Gilbert reporting, sir.
Aloha, Hey, look, I haven't got time for ceremony, Gilbert. Tell the chief he and his tribe have got to get off the island. We're providing homes for them on Mailani.
Translate,
Gilbert.
The chief says you do not understand. Mailani is a bad island.
My people have lived on Tahani from the time that our ancestors were cast away on the island. The spirits of our ancestors are buried in the earth. Our fathers are buried here. Our fathers' fathers. If he thinks I'm going to move his graveyard, he's crazy.
In our ancestors' time, the Tahani came in a great bird canoe. We were cast away on this island. We have made it our home. What right have you now to carry us over the sea to a strange land where we would die weeping for our homes? We will not go.
By the waters of Babylon, there we sat down and we wept when we remembered Zion.
Well, thank you, Dr. Muller. You're a great help. Say, Gilbert.
Yes, sir.
Tell him I have no choice. He's got till midnight to get his tribe on board those LCTs peacefully, or I'll have the Marine Detachment carry him aboard.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that rather harsh, General? After all, justice is on their side. We're preparing to blow up their island, and we haven't asked them about it.
Dr. Muller, will you kindly confine yourself to the scientific aspects of this operation? I'll take care of administrative matters.
If you could explain to them what's at stake here.
Any further explaining I've got to do, I'll do with the Marine detachments. I'm not going to hold up my schedule. Well, Gilbert?
I told him, sir.
All right, get him out of here. I've had enough.
No, koala.
What the devil's that?
Some kind of a curse, sir. I can catch some of it. The island will remember the tears of its children and punish the invaders. The great destroyers will not destroy. And the evil man who is the chief will travel far through the blackness of night. Even as the children of the island end, so will he.
All right, Gilbert, take him away.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Allen, get a detail from the Marine Detachment with tear gas and small arms down to the motor pool. And in 1 hour, have those natives on that transport, and I don't care how they do it. Is that my coffee, Varelli?
Yes, sir. They must know about the bomb. The great destroyer will not destroy.
You worried about that curse?
I should think you might be. He threatened you personally. If I were you, I'd carry a pistol till they got off the island. The chief looked as if he'd cheerfully strangle you with his bare hands.
I'm supposed to end the way they do, huh? What's that?
Probably the Tahani saying goodbye to their island. I think I'll go down to the motor pool.
Well, stay out of the way. And get back here in an hour. We've got to have this wrapped up and headquarters moved out to the Missouri by dawn.
Instrument room checking in, sir.
That's the last. Have the Missouri take over control and send for my jeep.
Yes, sir.
Are the LCTs standing by for those natives?
Yes, sir. They're on the beach.
The bomb unit is assembled in place, General.
2330, right on the nose. Robin, start evacuation procedure.
The Tahani have stopped.
Allen's probably moving them out to the beach. Check in with Navy and Air Force, Varelli.
Yes, sir.
What's that?
Coming from the beach.
The Tahani making trouble. Come on.
General.
Hey, you, Gilbert, what is it?
Colonel Allen ordered the Marines.
Well, what happened?
The natives just got up and started marching.
Did they embark?
You don't understand, sir. They marched up the cliff and right off into the lagoon.
What?
All of them, the women and the kids, too. They didn't even try to swim.
What were you doing all this time, just standing around with your thumb in your mouth? Where was the Marine detachment?
We couldn't stop them, sir. They just walked over the cliff. They didn't even scream, not even the kids. We sent the crash boats out, but we couldn't get them, any of them.
The crazy idiots. Were there any reporters there?
Well, Cohen and a life photographer.
Well, get his film and hold it till I release it.
What are you going to do, General? Postpone H hour?
It's too late for that now. And calling H hour off isn't going to bring the natives back.
But 100 men, women, and children just walking into the water. It's horrible.
I know. I'm not happy about it either. There's nothing we can do now. I gave him a chance to get off.
I was just thinking about the curse the chief put on you. Even as the children of the island end, so will he. That's what he said to you, General.
I know, I heard him.
Your jeep's waiting, General.
The great destroyer will not destroy. That must mean the bomb.
Don't worry, Dr. Muller. It'll take more than a mumbo-jumbo curse from a native witch doctor to stop this operation. At H hour, that bomb goes off.
It is now H hour minus 1 minute 30 seconds. H minus 1:30.
Video screen's hooked in, sir.
All right, check control stations.
Observation station 1.
Observation station 1, check.
Radiation station.
Radiation control, check.
Test the firing
Observation
circuit,
station
Dr.
2.
Muller.
Right, General.
2, check.
Damage control station.
Damage control check.
All set.
Communications.
Communications check.
All checked in, sir.
It is H minus 1 minute. H minus 1.
Take a good look at that island on that screen, Dr. Muller. When you throw that key, it just won't be there anymore. Nothing but an atom mushroom over the lagoon.
Quite a funeral pyre for the Tahani.
Stubborn idiots. They can't get in the way of progress.
Progress? I wonder if it is, General.
It is H minus 30 seconds. H hour minus 29, 28, 27, 26.
The Great Destroyer. That's what he called the bomb.
Hold it, Muller. Allen, report.
All checked in, sir. Cameras running.
Sound fire warning. Stand by for firing. Ready, Muller?
Ready.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
General, it didn't go off. The bomb didn't go off.
Borelli, signal standby. Condition red.
Yes, sir.
Allen, check readings. Muller, what's wrong? What happened?
I don't know. The bomb didn't go off.
Well, what do you mean? Why didn't it?
I don't know, except for one thing. The Tahani chief said the Great Destroyer would not destroy. It didn't, General. The bomb didn't go off.
How about it, General? What happened? Have you got a statement?
Nothing you can use, Cohen. Not till we find out what went wrong. Hey, who let you come aboard this ship?
I walked on. You don't know why the bomb failed?
It didn't fail. It just didn't go off.
What's that tank thing on the deck, General?
Undersea salvage unit, Mark IV. They call it a bottom crawler.
Somebody going down?
Well, that bomb is down there in the lagoon somewhere. Could go off at any second. Somebody's got to go down and find it and disarm it.
That's a lovely job. Who's elected?
I am.
Wow.
And Dr. Muller. He's the only one who knows how to dismantle it.
Crawler's ready, General.
All right. Come on, Muller.
I'm ready.
Allen, as soon as we hit shallow water, get those gates open. We'll pull the crawler out. And then you get away in a hurry. If that bomb goes while we're working on it, I don't want any casualties.
Yes, sir.
Inside, Muller.
All right. I'm in.
Now, remember, get this LST out of the lagoon in a hurry. You got that, Allen? You take your orders from Admiral Yancey.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Closing the hatch. The radar and Geiger counter warmed up, Muller.
I was just thinking of something, General. That curse, part of it came true. The bomb didn't go off.
Well?
The second part of that curse was that you would end where they ended. That was at the bottom of the lagoon.
What are you trying to do, Muller?
Nothing. I was just thinking this crawler is going to take us right down there where the Tahani died.
I'm not worried about a handful of dead natives, Muller. I'm worried about that bomb. Okay, they're opening the gate. Let's go. USU-4 to control. Depth 50 feet. Bottom sandy. Dropping off sharp. Anything on sonar, Muller?
School of fish.
You ever been down in a crawler before?
Only in the tank at New London. Think I've got a Geiger reading dead ahead. Hang on. Getting something on sonar now. Left to point.
USU-4 to control. Over. USU-4 to control. Over. That's a fine note. The radio's out.
Dead ahead. Looks too large to be the bomb.
Can't see much on the forward vision plate. Hey, wait a minute. That's part of the reef ahead.
That's where the Geiger reading indicated. The bomb must have settled in a hole in the reef.
We'll have to go after it in diving suits. The suits are in the locker. Let's get this over with. The less time I spend down here waiting for that bomb to blow, the better I like it. Muller, is your helmet clamped tight? You getting me all right on your headset?
Okay.
I'm going to fill the lock. Here goes the outer door. Let's go.
This isn't like that diving tank in New London.
Look out for that coral. It can cut you to ribbons.
There's a hole of some sort there.
Wait till I get the light up. See if you can get a Geiger reading out of that hole.
Just a... There. It's down there, all right.
Careful. I'll drop down first.
See anything down there?
Muller, get down here fast.
What is it? Find something?
The bottom of this hole, it's metal, and the sides.
But it's the coral reef.
Look, welded joints. These are hull plates of some kind. And
Look out, above us.
it's closing. Grab it.
Too late.
A metal hatch. It just slid over the top.
This is impossible. What's going on?
It's like an airlock.
The water's being pumped out. General, do you realize what this means?
I'm not sure. There's an inner door opening. Careful.
It's a passageway. What do we do now?
There isn't much we can do. We can take off our helmets, though. The dial shows good air. All right. Come on.
What is this? An undersea fort? What's it doing here? What does it mean?
Whatever it is, our bomb must be down here. Wait, there's someone there.
I can't see. There's a shadow. Who is it? Who's there?
Welcome, Dr. Muller. Welcome to our ship. We've been waiting for you.
General, it can't be. Do you see it? It's the Tahani chief.
How long has the bottom crawler been down, Borelli?
4 hours, sir. 2 since we lost contact.
Now, keep trying.
Yes, sir.
I've given him enough time. I'm going to send another crawler down. What do you figure happened to him, Colonel? Well, there are a lot of things. Hey, how did you get in here?
I walked in. When are you going to release this, Colonel? It's the biggest story since the election. Bomber dead and Dr. Muller and General Gaydash dead.
They're not dead. At least we don't know they are. As long as that bomb doesn't go off, there's still a chance. What happened? Bomb. Borelli, condition wrapped. Gilbert, radiation control into action. Get the hot squad into Tahani Lagoon as soon as it's cleared, and get me a PT boat with radiation screens.
What is it, Colonel? What happened?
Bomb must have blown.
How about Muller and the General?
If they were down there in that lagoon, you guess. Now get out of my way. I'm busy.
Radiation reading 75 and steady.
Take her in as close to the beach as you can.
Steady as she goes.
Is there any danger of any more explosions?
No. When she goes, she goes.
Radiation 82.
That's still safe. Cohen, is that something on the beach?
Yeah. Looks like a body. Maybe you blew one of the Tahani back out of the lagoon.
No, it's moving. Gilbert, glasses.
Yes, sir.
It's a man, all right. Head into the beach.
Who is it, Colonel?
Can't tell. He's in a diving suit. It's either Muller or General Gaydash. Get his helmet off. Easy now.
Twist to the right.
There. It's Muller. Gilbert, help me get him out of this diving suit. We've got to get him to the medics.
No radiation burns, superficial bruises, mild shock. He'll be all right, Colonel.
Can he talk?
For a while.
Bomb go off.
It didn't.
He's still out of his head.
Quiet, Cohen. Go on, Dr. Muller. What did you find?
A ship. A giant metal ship there under the lagoon.
A submarine?
No. It was a spaceship.
Spaceship?
Camouflaged right next to the reef. When we went inside, we found the Tahani chief and all the tribe. Alive.
What? They drowned in the lagoon. I saw them.
No, they didn't commit suicide as we thought. They just dived underwater into the rocket airlock.
Rocket? Airlocks? Now, look, Muller, I know you've suffered a shock, but...
But it's true.
It can't be. A spaceship built by Polynesian savages.
But they're not savages. They're the castaways. They're from another planet. Don't you understand? Their spaceship was wrecked here 400 years ago. They've been waiting ever since for a chance to go home.
He's out of his mind. Better give him a sedative, Doctor.
No, wait a minute, Colonel. Remember their story about the great bird canoe? Maybe there's something to the legend.
Not a legend, it's true. They'd exhausted their fuel, came down out of space, couldn't find anything here on Earth to replace their fuel source until we developed atomic power.
Atomic power?
You mean they stole our bomb? That's right. Fished it out of the lagoon, hauled it aboard.
Yes, but how could they convert it to atomic drive?
They made me dismantle it for them at the point of a gun. Then just before they blasted off, they let me go.
But what about the general?
Remember the Tahani curse?
I see. You mean they killed him?
You don't understand. I said I dismantled that bomb at the point of a gun. It was General Gaydash who was holding the gun. What? He was one of them, one of their spies sent out to bring back the rocket fuel they needed. And the Tahani curse wasn't a curse at all. It said that when they left the island, so would he.
You mean he's with them now?
Yes. And after 400 years, the castaways are going home.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was an NBC Radio Network production.
$70 ago, September 15th, 1955, X-1 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll go back to something even more unbelievable, Lum and Abner, in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year's traffic death toll was 37,500, a 7% increase over 1950. The National Safety Council believes that the best way to promote safety on the road is for each of us to know and obey traffic laws, to read and heed traffic signs. So be careful. The life you save may be your own.
All right, we wrap up this Monday edition of the podcast with an episode of Lum and Abner. 83 years ago, September 15th, 1942.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. Say, tell me, friends, what do you do when you catch cold? You just let your cold run its natural course, feeling that there really isn't much you can do about it anyway? Well, if that's the case, that's almost a sure sign that you've never tried Alka-Seltzer. For if you had, you'd know that Alka-Seltzer offers a remarkably effective kind of comforting relief for that dull, achy, miserable feeling of a cold. Now, of course, common sense tells you that you should also take care of yourself in other ways, get lots of rest, eat sensibly, dress wisely, and stay out of drafts. And for downright gratifying relief, don't forget the Alka-Seltzer. You'll want to use Alka-Seltzer as a gargle, too, if a raw, raspy throat's a part of your cold distress. Be sure to try the modern, pleasant Alka-Seltzer way to relief the next time you have a cold, and see how much better it can help you feel. Now, if you haven't any Alka-Seltzer tablets in your home, get some from your nearest druggist. He has them in both 30 and 60-cent size packages. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum's campaign for school board president ended yesterday when the board members assembled to vote. However, before the votes were counted, Lum became so certain that he had been defeated that he demanded a new election be held. After doing this, he discovered that the board had unanimously elected him president. Well, since then, Lum has been trying to straighten things out. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Grandpappy Spears in the library section of the Jot 'em Down store.
engaged in some heavy mental activity. Listen.
3-letter word meaning gypsy. What could that be, Abner?
I don't know, Grandpap.
Yeah, see, 54 down. Ancient Greek city.
How many letters?
1, 2, 4. 4 letters. Ancient Greek city.
Have you got any of the letters in it yet?
No, but I will as soon as I get the 3-letter gypsy word.
Well, I don't know no gypsies. Cedric claimed he was a gypsy one day, but he's got more than 3 letters in his name.
Oh, well, he wouldn't do, Abner.
Wouldn't, huh?
65 across. Piece of furniture.
There's 3 letters in Lum's name.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, though, Lum ain't no gypsy.
Oh, he traveled around quite a bit, though. Goes in the county seat a couple of times every month or so.
Well, that ain't enough to make him a gypsy, though.
It ain't, huh?
Whereabouts is he at this morning? Gallivanting around again?
Oh, no, he's holding a meeting of the school board.
He's holding it?
Yeah.
You mean they elected him president of the board after all?
Oh, yeah, he's just tickled to death about it. Acts awful importance again now.
Oh, well, I thought he told Ezra to throw out that election, do it all over again.
Well, he did, but after he found out they'd all voted for him, why, then he made out like he's just joshing.
Joshing?
Oh, yeah, he said he never knowed how that he already knowed how the voting had come out, and he was just playing a joke on him, he said.
Well, that don't sound much like a joke to me.
No, it weren't. But Ezra must have believed him, 'cause Lum's president now.
Well, I do know. Yes, sir, that Lum can talk yourself into and out of more places than any one human I ever known. 21 across. New Zealand tree.
Huh?
3 letters. Begins with a L. According to what I got down here.
Begins with an L.
Yeah.
3 letters?
Yeah. New Zealand tree.
Oh, that's easy. Elm.
Elm?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's the matter?
I'm good on that.
L. Wait a minute. How do you spell elm?
Well, I spell it, well, I know it starts with an L. From there on, I ain't quite sure, I don't believe. Oh, well, there comes Lum.
Yeah. Oh, howdy, Lum. Well, howdy, Grandpap.
Have a good meeting, Lum?
Yeah, pretty good. I believe I know why they're so anxious to elect me president, though.
You do, huh?
Yeah, it's 'cause they ain't been able to get no teacher this year.
No teacher?
No, sir.
Ain't Miss Fredericks coming back?
No, she got a job in Little Rock. Better job, I reckon.
Oh.
And most of the other teachers going into defense plants and taking up ribbiting and nursing and some kind of war work.
Mm-hmm. Well, who you going to get then?
Oh, I don't know yet. I might have an idea, Abner.
Huh?
At least I'd kind of like to try it out.
Well.
I ain't even mentioned this idea to the board yet.
Yeah, well, what is the idea, Lum?
Well, have you fellas got a couple of minutes to spare?
Why, sure, got all day.
I don't know, Lum. I ain't even halfway through this crossword puzzle yet. Oh, well, that can wait, Grandpap. Now, here's what I want you to do. You 2 fellers make out like you're in the 4th reader, I guess.
4th reader?
Yeah, and I'm going to see if I can learn you anything.
Learn us? Now, wait a minute. Are you aiming on taking a teacher's job yourself, Lum?
Well, just till we can hire somebody.
Oh, my.
I ain't going to take no money for it. We can use the money for repairing the schoolhouse and stuff.
Well, I'll admit it needs some fixing done on it, but law me, Lum, you can't be no teacher.
Well, why can't I? All I have to do is know more than the young'uns.
Yeah.
I know I'm smarter than them.
That little Bates boy's awful smart, Lum.
Yeah, Dad blame him. I ought to expel him.
Oh, well, that little rascal stumped you on some of the questions he asked.
Well, I know I'm smarter than them in the first reader.
Well, you might be, yeah.
Everything I'm supposed to learn them's wrote down in the book, so all I have to do is read the books.
Yeah, but, well...
I think them arithmetic books has got the answers all wrote down in the back summers, so we have to work the problems myself.
You won't, huh?
Oh, there ain't nothing to it. Here, let me try it out on you fellas, and I'll prove it.
Well, all right. I'd hate to have a young'un just starting to school to you, though.
59 across, ancient Greek city. Lay the puzzle aside, Grandpap, and pay attention. We're taking up a lesson in grammar first. Let's see here.
Where'd you get that book, Lum?
I picked it up over at the schoolhouse this morning.
Oh.
This looks like a good lesson. Agreement of subject and verb.
Huh?
How many letters in it? Hush up, Grandpap. All right now, pupils. Tell me which is correct.
Which of what is correct?
Well, wait, let me finish.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll read 2 sentences here, and you tell me which one's right and which one's wrong.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ronald is going to get a haircut.
Well.
Or, Ronald are going to get a haircut.
Well, they sound the same to me.
No, he ain't. One says Ronald is, and the other says Ronald R.
Well, if Ronald R, he are, and that's all there is to it.
Oh, it ain't. You ain't got the idea of the question yet.
Huh?
Well, I'd say it all depends on how bad Ronald needs a haircut.
That's what I'd say. What Ronald is it, Long?
I don't know.
Ronald Abernathy? That's the only Ronald I know of.
That's undoubtedly who it is,
Yeah.
Abner. Them Abernathy boys generally do need a haircut, I know.
Oh, yeah. Widder never pays no attention to how them young'uns look.
Now, wait a minute,
Just
Abner.
lets them run wild like a bunch of animals. Don't even comb their hair hardly.
Yeah, I believe Ronald would look a heap better if he did get a haircut.
Why, sure he
Personal.
would. Yes, he would.
Just a minute. You fellers are on the wrong track. What we're trying to do is learn how to make the verb agree with the subject.
Huh?
Now, what's the subject of the sentence?
Oh, well, getting a haircut, I reckon. Me and Grandpap's agreed on it, ain't we, Grandpap?
Yes, sir, we're for it.
All right, give us the next question, teacher.
Well, now, wait a minute. You ain't got this one right first. You ain't supposed to decide if we did or did not get a haircut. You're just supposed to figure out whether he is or is he are going to.
Oh, well, I believe Ronald will just have to decide that for himself.
Oh, for goodness sake. Here, take the books yourselves and read these 2 pages here. Look.
Them two?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then maybe you'll understand what this is all about.
yeah, all right, I'll read it. I know what it's about, but I'll
No
read
use me wasting my time trying to learn you this anyway. You're both too ignorant.
Well, wait a
Couldn't
minute.
get in the first read.
Where are you fixing to go, Long?
Oh, just over to Dick Huddleston, see if we get any mail.
Oh,
Yeah, see if you can have that figured out by the time I get back.
all right, we'll look it over.
I'll be back directly.
Uh-huh. Here, Grandpap, you want to read the book?
No, I got to do my crossword puzzle, Abner.
Oh, I'll read it then.
What slum's he interested in that Abernathy youngin' for, I reckon?
I don't know. He hates and despises the widder, I know that.
Maybe he just seen little Ronald running around with long, shaggy hair and got to feeling sorrowful for him.
More than likely. I bound you that's it. That Lum, I know what it is. He wants to buy Ronald a haircut, but he's just too bashful to come right out and say so.
You reckon that's it,
Why, sure it is. I've saw him act this way before, Grandpap. He's afeard folks will think he's soft-hearted if he does something nice for somebody.
Well, I do know.
I doggies, I know what we can do, too. We'll just do it for him. Let me get to that phone right now.
Wait a minute. Who you going to call, Abner?
Well, you'll find out here. We'll fix it for him. Swan, that Lum is the generosest one feller I ever knowed in my life. I recollect one... Oh, wait a minute. Hello? Miss Abernathy? This is Abner Peabody.
Shame Lum's so bashful.
Yes, Mom.
Couldn't ask him himself.
Say, Lum would like to give your young'un a free haircut. Yes, Mom. Oh, I don't know.
Nice Abner to call for him.
Huh? Why, just tell Mose Moose to charge it to Lum. Send him down there. Yes, Mom. Not at all. Goodbye. Doggy, that's dead. I wish old Lum'd hurry up and get back so that I could tell him we tended to it for him.
Yeah, let's see. 59 across. Ancient Greek City. I ain't got that yet. Begins with an X, so...
I never got what Lum was driving at there at first.
Me neither. Is there a Greek city named X-Ray?
I don't know, Grandpap. I've heard X-Ray Summers, but I ain't sure where it's located. How many letters is in it?
Let's see. 67 down. East Indian Weed.
Wait a minute. I believe that's all right. Just a minute. Hello, jot 'em down, Mom? Thank Lum. Why, you just did that, Miss Abernathy.
What's eating on her anyway?
Huh? It ain't... Well, who is this? Oh, she said what, Bessie?
Bessie.
Oh, well, just a minute, though, now. Hello? 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 I do
What's
know.
the matter with the widder now?
That warn't the widder. That's Miss Blevins. She's taking her young'uns over to the barber shop for free haircuts.
Free haircut?
Yeah, she just heard from the widder. Lum's giving all the young'uns in town a free haircut today. Or at least ways he's paying for 'em.
Oh, my goodness. All the young'uns.
Yeah,
huh?
that's what
You
she
better
said.
do something about this, Abner, before Lum gets back.
Well, what can I do, Grandpa?
I don't know. Better call up Miss Blevins first.
Oh, no,
and tell
she
her.
was just leaving the house when she called. Maybe I ought to call Mose Moose down to the barber shop and tell him not to do it. Wait a minute. That's all right. Maybe that's Mose now. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Huh? Oh, no, this is Abner. Lum ain't here right now. You heard what, Grandpa?
Who is it, Grandpa Masters?
Yeah, well, yes, Grandpa. Lum did get elected president of the board, but I don't think he's celebrating it none.
No, of course not.
Everybody in town? Well, now wait, Grandpa. No. What? No, that don't include no shave. Fact is, Grandpa, I just started... Hello? Grandpa? Hello?
What's the matter with everybody? Hang on.
Blame it, everybody's anxious to get to the barber shop. They ain't got time to talk to you.
How does Grandpa Masters figure he gets in on this? He ain't no youngin'.
Well, the way he heard it, Lom's giving free haircuts to everybody in town to celebrate his getting elected president of the board.
Well, I do know.
That's what he said.
You better call Mose Moose right away and tell him... Oh, wait a minute. There comes Lom right back.
Oh, Lom. Oh, my goodness. What can I tell him, Grandpap? Doggies, why'd I ever start this anyway? Oh, my
No
goodness.
mail today. Met Dick Huddleston out in the street, and he said there wasn't none.
Yeah.
You fellers got that grammar lesson yet?
Huh?
Which is right? He is or he are going to get a haircut?
Well, I'll take he are, I believe.
Wrong. That's one on you, Abner.
One on me?
The only way that could be true is if he was plural.
Plural?
Yeah. That means a whole lot of fellers are getting haircuts.
All right, Doggies, I'm right then, Lum. They are going to get a haircut. But this ain't on me. They're all on you.
Well, what do you know about that? Say, by the way, what do you know about the fast twofold relief Alka-Seltzer offers for such minor stomach upsets as occasional acid indigestion, sour upset stomach, distress after meals, and heartburn? Well, you should be acquainted with Alka-Seltzer because it can save you a world of discomfort. You see, Alka-Seltzer does more than just neutralize excess gastric acidity. It also helps relieve that uncomfortably full, stuffy feeling that's so often a major part of minor stomach discomfort. And the next time you want really fast relief for some minor stomach upset, be wise and take Alka-Seltzer. You can get Alka-Seltzer at all drugstores by the package and also by the glass at the soda fountain.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be your teacher, no. Lum and Abner, as broadcast 83 years ago, September 15th, 1942, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Join us tomorrow, as we'll be here with the Tuesday edition of the podcast, with the Baby Snook Show, My Favorite Husband, the Aldrich Family, the Rudy Valley Dream Show, and Lum and Abner, as they still try to find a teacher. Have a great day. I'm Wyatt Cox. See you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.